About that. Ah, yes. Man. All right, we're back. Jesus Christ. Keep learning. Okay, now let's check this live chat thing. So as I put one there, I'm just trying to learn this stuff, right? So go here, go to my live thing. Two. How come it's not? I don't see live. Am I at the right spot? It said I'm streaming. So how the hell is that? Okay. Oh, that's that other video. So we need to close that. Don't need that. Just learning stuff here. So that's not it. So if I go here and I go live, I don't see live. It says I'm streaming. Streaming what? I don't see it. Let me go back to my channel. If I go live, it says I'm live here, but where is it? Okay, so again, so let's close that. Go here, manage videos. I'm trying to see if my chat works. Live. Hey, now it's there. Okay, so if I go to the studio and chat. So if I write something here, if I write something, come on. Okay. So if I write something here, how come I can't write it? Oh, maybe it's here. No. So if I write, okay, so if I, how come I can't write? Oh man, it's gone. Stuff I do, if I write stuff here, can I write stuff here? I can't write stuff here. Great. How the hell? I tried to click on the chat, not work. Okay, so let's do, let's get out of this section. Okay, let's do this. It's complicated. So let's see, pop out chat. Okay, so now I'm gonna copy talk chat. Chat. Okay. Can I write stuff? I can write stuff down in here. Okay, so if I write stuff in here, oh, wait a minute. I posted. Does it say anything? No. Okay. So this chat here, I got to get rid of. Go here, and then I'm going to go. Man. Okay, so that I got so copy this. Let's do this. Copy. I'm going to do this one here. Paste and say okay. Okay, did I say hi? Yes, it worked. So if I write, but can I write in here? No, probably not, right? Oh man, so how do I can't write it out. How do I do this? How do I get the chat in here so I can, yeah, I can read the chat. I just can't, I'd have to go in the other screen and tap, which is kind of crazy. If I go, maybe I can go here. So I go, okay. So now I can do this. Okay. Okay. So slide it over. Too much stuff. Even though I'm trying to do a few things in Florida. So, anyways, I'm trying to work this chat. Yeah, for the fin loving. Yeah. You guys are automatic. Right? You always send me a link. Yeah, I do love the fish. I still do. Right now, I'm trying to figure out how can I shrink this? I can shrink this. Okay, I can do this. And I can probably put it right here. Yeah, I can do that. And then let me just shrink that a little bit. There. Oh, that's too much. Okay. So where's my chat? Oh man, what happened to it? Oh, great. Where is it? Oh man. Oh, here. Okay, so it's that one's good. That one is good. And that one is good. Okay, so it's great, but that's not the chat I'm looking for. Man, it's hard, man, to figure this stuff out. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I get tired of this stuff. I don't know where I put it. So let me say something. So if I do this, there it is. Okay, so this one. No, this one. No. So great, I don't have it. All right, never mind. Okay, there it is. Okay, well, pictures are upside down. How is that possible? Let's close that out. Man, working on this has been a challenge. So I got this. I got the shot going. Super great, but it's better. Is that right there? Okay. I click on that. Yeah, so that's why it goes away. Okay. So, anyways, let's go back to here. Um, chat. Let me here. Time here. Oh, good capture slideshow. Okay, so I'm here. All right, Sunday. What is it, Sunday? It's here. What time is it now, right now? Sunday, it's 10, 9:10. 9:10 on Sunday. So in Florida, it'll be 9, 8 in at night. 8 at night. So because there's 13 hours difference. Wait, my pictures are all crooked. What the hell happened? I'll have to check that out. Anyways, something else to deal with. Um, yeah, today's Sunday. I just had a decent week in school. I'm gonna try to find get to my pictures. There we go. Get to here. So yeah, so doing every week is different. It's hard, you did 4 hours of school every day, and then so you're trying to do the best you can with what you got. And so yeah, so the 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 first 3 months was hard. Really had to get organized with the rent, the residence card, work permits and stuff like that. Even though I've got work permits, I've been looking for a job. I can't find anything. Uh, it's very difficult to have a job unless you have some kind of like language certification or some rankings. They give you a card and they tell you this level. So I don't have that yet. I'm going to have that probably, well, the test is in December. So I still got another few months, 4 months to go for the test. August, September, October, November. Yeah, for 4 or 5 months. So that's what's happening right now. So I'm studying every day. I got a lot of work to do. Japanese is coming along pretty good. I'm glad I took some lessons online for almost over a year before getting here, and between dismantling the fish farm and all that stuff. So yeah, it was a big challenge, and it still is, right? You still wake up in the morning thinking about all the stuff you've done, all the stuff that the fish farming, the Florida, the raising the kids, and then suddenly, and you come over here and, you know, you get some good days, some good days where things are happening pretty good and you hang out with the students and you do well. But then there's other days you're sitting there like, why am I here? Right. I mean, I see challenges. But it's still hard, right? Yeah. The language is a big issue. It's not an easy language. They speak very fast, vocabulary, all that stuff, and then the customs and all that stuff. So things take a long time here. They're really big on the paperwork, and most of the people I talk to here that trying to get a job or have a job or been here for a while, they say first job will probably take you 4 to 6 months, right? You know, and yeah, I can work in restaurants and little things like that, but I need to do anything right now just to get the language. So I've been looking, but I can't find anything, right? So uh, they say there's a lot of jobs. They don't really hire foreigners that well, right? It's not as easy as people think. You know, it's who you know, right? It's who you know. Like in Florida, I was in Florida. You know, I can get all my business going and anything, right? Just by knowing the right person, right? Not even having to call or something like that. I just knew who to talk to and you know what network I'm going to, whether it's farming or basketball or you know for education, my kids, music lessons or whatever I need to do to improve the family life or whatever. So because you know in Florida, 38 years, you you kind of know everything about Florida. So you know you want to know where you go fishing or you want to. It's here. It's like everything is different, and you know I finally found a decent hardware store right down the street. You know, they're kind of secluded. A lot of this thing is just like they're not very big at marketing, right? They're not good at that. It's not American in your face, don't care, right? You know, here it's very subtle, so you got to shop around. You can have a coffee shop here. You walk by for 3 months, don't even know it's there, right? It's just a door. You walk in, and but anyway, so they're not that good at marketing. They are do promoting their tourism. But they need more. They need more people here. They need money, outside money. And so the best way to get outside money for them is definitely tourism, right? But you know, I would love to bring some of my basketball players here and students and things like that to play or to train. But then it becomes a business and everything changes, right? So it's not something I can do now. Maybe later on. So, anyways, so yeah, I'm here for that. Basically, going through school every day, doing, you know, learning. Uh, you know, basically, there's a classroom, you know, so it's basically Japanese. They talk Japanese, write Japanese, everything's Japanese. There's no English, none. Which was a little shocking in the beginning. I thought maybe there'd be a little bit of transition, but there's not much. Most people speak English in the class, not the teachers though. So the teachers are basically fully Japanese and they don't socialize with us a lot. They're not allowed. So we can talk to them in the class. Outside of class, it's a little tricky. So yeah, they take their distances. So so you can't really make friends through them. So you got to find your own network of friends. So I go around and do activities. You know, I did the garden last week. We do karaoke and stuff like that. You know, a lot of karaoke and things like that. So sure, but anyways, go hang out. It's fun though. It's fun, and you're sitting there like, yeah, I can't read what they're reading. He's Korean, so welcome to Japan. You're having your burger and they're singing. It's fun. Anyways, let's show they're singing the Japanese, the Korean. So, anyways, those students. So, yeah, skip that. So, and go here, and so yeah, the karaoke's fun. I'm not posting my stuff up because I'm not that good at a singer. Some of these guys are really good. That's like, how long you been doing this? My whole life. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it. So a lot of these guys really get into it, you know, and there's karaoke everywhere. And then you get the pubs and the bars and cafes everywhere. And so it's city life, right? I'm not a city guy. I come from countryside, fish farming, all that stuff. So it's a big change for me, right? It's a massive change for me. It's live in the countryside with just a few guys and then don't see anybody for weeks, and then yeah, you talk on the phone and things like that. But then suddenly you come over here and holy cow, so many people, so many people. The trains are full, the restaurants are full, the streets are full. It's just everywhere you go is people, right? And you know, it's a different world. It's a completely different world. Like, so I'm just trying to figure stuff out. And like I say, basketball. I'm a big basketball guy. I love to play basketball. I love to train. Weight room. I'd like to do weight room 3 times a week, if not four, which I got to do today. But today's a busy day. I got some work stuff to do, like trying to do some connections for work on some resumes because I got to write a couple more resumes. Because you got resumes for the job, right? You don't get a big full resume for everything, so they're really specific. So resumes have to be real short, like 1 page, and then one on paper, right? So it's kind of like, so I got to go to the convenience store or whatever pharmacy to get printed, like get them on my phone, fix them up, print them, and I have them. And I put a little folder. This one's going to be for restaurant. That one's going to be for sports. That one's going to be for construction or whatever, right? So they're tweaked for that, right? So it's tedious work. And then you knock on doors. I got to get my cover letter. So I've got a couple, but yeah, like I say, you could use Gemini and Chat GPT, all that kind of stuff, but it's not great. So it's almost like I have to find someone to. I do them. I get a base, and then I go see someone and say, "Hey, what is this?" And they say, "Don't take that out. Take that out. Put that in there." Blah blah blah. So a lot of tedious work, and it's all in Japanese. So I'm getting there. I'm getting pretty good, but I can read okay. Don't have the vocabulary yet. I mean, I got some. I probably have like easily 500 words, maybe more, but it's not enough, because the words change, the meanings change, and depending on the phrase and who you're talking to, and so there's a formal way to talk, and then there's the casual way. So yeah, I can learn casual way pretty good, but when you want to work, you have to be formal. So formal is what we're studying, right? So, but it's funny because when you're studying formal and then you talk formal, people look at you like, you don't have to talk to me like that. I'm like, oh, great. So how do I talk to you, right? So little things like that. So it's a setup. I'm gonna need 2 years here to really get into it. Like I say, this is gonna be 4 or 5 months here, but the first 2 months was really an adaptation. So I'd say this is the first month where I'm feeling good. Right? I got my place, I got my apartment, I got my all my kitchen stuff, I got my little streaming kit, I've got my drones over there that are all ready to go. I got all my basketball stuff. Everything's like laid out right, so I can just grab and go. And I got a bed, so that was hard. And a couple of little dresser and things like that. Nice shower, whatever. So I'm finally set up. Before the first 3 months, I was in Airbnb, and it was like living with bare minimum, right? And then yeah, to go do laundry out the laundromat, and I can do laundry here now. Uh, so it's coming along, right? Oh, the camera's a little off. So yeah, so getting organized is a big factor, right? And then I want to be able to study. So so now I got a desk. I got 2 desks actually. I got this desk here for my little streaming stuff, and then working my videos and whatever else I need to do. And then I got a desk where I can just sit there and study and get all the books out. So I have a place, right? So it makes it a lot easier, right? And yeah, no, you go to coffee shop is great, but it's starting to add up, right? You go to coffee shop every couple of days, it adds up, and I don't have a big source of income right now. I'm living off my savings and shit like that. So yeah, so I gotta be careful what I'm spending, and it adds up, right? So you go here and there, but so in the beginning I went out a lot because I didn't have a kitchen. Now I'm cooking everything, pretty much. So that's really good. I'm pretty simple. I can eat the same thing every week, so I'm not a big deal. Uh, so that's the fun part, right? So now I'm getting more established. I got my sports lined up. I got my gym, weight room. I've got a couple of courts I can go play, and then And then I got the train pass, a couple of different train pass because it depends on the area you're going to, and a bus pass and stuff like that. And bank account. Yeah, pretty much everything's settled. I got the residence card, I got my insurance, finally got the health insurance over here, things like that. So it took 3 months to get that organized. And so that's the good thing. So now I'm finally doing the school pretty good, right? But it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. So this is Japan stuff, right? This is all Japan parks here and there, and yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, but it's beautiful everywhere, right? Florida's beautiful. Canada's beautiful. I mean, there's beautiful stuff everywhere, right? So that's not a big deal. For me, it was just basically coming over here and seeing what the possibilities are, right? I wanted something different, right? You come up and you say, hey, I want to try something different. Been doing fish farming for 30 something years, raised the kids, and then did all that good stuff. The kids are doing their own thing, and you know, now it's time to do something else, right? And I looked at other countries. I looked at Panama, I looked at Costa Rica, I looked at Italy because I got a couple of buddies in Italy. I even looked at Portugal because Portugal had some possibility for aquaculture and fish farming and stuff. So, Japan was okay. My son is here. He's in Okinawa. Not, people say you're going to see him. Yeah, I see him, but he's far, right? Okinawa is way south, way it's on, it takes a plane, right? So it's not like I can see him on weekends. So, anyways, yeah, so I looked at the country and I ended up making a decision to come over here, give it a try. It has nothing to do with the touristy part or, uh, you know, the food or whatever. I don't really interested in that stuff. I was mostly interested in possibilities. So I like the people here. I like people in general. Yeah, I like all people. So what I decide to do is see what opportunities I can have. I'd love to be doing a bit of mentorship. I'd love to hang out with the kids, young youth, 30 year olds and stuff, and people that are getting their life together, trying to encourage them and trying to listen to what their struggles and see, see what kind of help they need and see what kind of dreams they want to achieve and, what's important to them. And just encourage the younger generation. I did that in Florida for years. I did it for my kids and the kids' friends, and I did it for basketball players, helped out tutoring and things like that. Just it's not a money thing, right? You don't come to Florida, you don't come to Japan to make money. So it's definitely not not what you want to be here for, right? You can live, if you have a bit of money in the back and you get a job to get your visa and stuff like that, then you can get a decent life here. But me, it's not just about living and then just retiring. I don't want to retire. I don't. I just want to work. I want to do something. I want to create something. I want to use my hands. I want to use all the stuff I have to better myself. Yeah. So Japanese is a tough language. The structure is different, the language is different, the culture is different. I mean, it's like a whole new ball game, right? It's like a big challenge. The beginning was hard. I was almost at the verge of quitting because there's too much going on. The department, the place to stay, the language changed, the culture changed, the food stuff, the food stuff. I have to cook my own stuff. I'm not a big fan of Japanese food. It's too high in carbs and it's too sweet. So I don't know how these people eat this stuff. It's okay once in a while, but eating 4 or 5 cups of rice every day, it's like crazy, man. No kidding, they're hungry. They're just filling up with carbs and then they're hungry all the time. So they snack. It's a snack country. Country's built on snacks. It's. I thought the U.S. was bad on snack. Japan is way ahead of that. Yeah, you name it, they have it. Every color, shapes, and size of snacks they have. And yeah, they have fish. They have great veggies. They have great fish and meats and stuff. It's just that people are so busy they don't cook. I've met most of the people I know here in Japan don't know how to cook. They don't cook, and it's hard to cook when your kitchen is this big, right? So I had to put an extra counter here, get another piece of furniture to get a counter, and then I still don't have enough room. I don't have enough room to put an espresso machine on the counter. I like that, a blender, and I don't have room for that. And so it's kind of like everything is like compacted, right? You have these tiny little apartments, and and then you can't get anywhere. It's so tiny, you bang your head on on the corner of the doors. You know, the tables are low, so it took me a while to find high tables so I could put my feet and legs underneath. Took me a while to find an apartment where I wasn't hitting the doors, you know, the door frame. You know, because at 6'6", it's hard to live in Japan, right? The trains are small, the seats are small, the restaurants are small, everything's small. So that's another challenge for me, you know. And you know, I've been saying an overweight, you know, I'm like 220, 215, 6'6", so I'm not like that big. Uh, but you know, I do eat a lot more. So most Japanese are small, so their portions are small. So, you know, going out to eat is like, you know, I look at what they're eating, like, man, that's an appetizer. It doesn't get me anywhere, right? And it's a bowl of rice, right? It's a massive bowl of rice with a couple of pieces of meat on it or something. So I don't eat that stuff. Like I eat it, but it's not on my diet. Right? I like veggies, I like steamed stuff, I like fresh fish, fresh meats, eggs, whatever. Uh, Stay away from carbs. Have a little bit of bread once a day, but not much. I try to limit that because it makes me tired, right? You eat carbs, you get tired. So, anyways, so you know, these are Japan pictures. Probably change the framing a little bit. Let me change bigger. So I walk around everywhere. Don't have a car. Don't really care for a bike. Just too much materials, you know. And so yeah, these are pubs. Let's see here. These are Isakaya. That's Kazu, guy I know. His parents. This is his parents' pub, you know. So uh, it's kind of cool, but it's downtown. It's literally downtown Osaka, so it takes me 40 minutes to get there. So it's okay when I go there on a Friday after school or something like that. But Kazu, he's a nice guy, you know. So he's working hard. Yeah, he's young. He's like 20 or something, you know. And there's the girls singing in class. So we got what do you call karaoke. So this, like I said, we keep active. I like to do stuff by myself because I'd like to get this light going. I don't understand why this light's not working. It's weird. It'll work for a bit, but it won't work that well. I have to get new lights. Great. So yeah, it's okay. So maybe I can turn this light. Remotes. I got remotes for lights everywhere. A little bit better. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on, and just keep busy with life, right? Just keep busy with life. Still trying to figure out what I'm doing here, so it's a challenge. Right? Life here is a challenge. Uh, Definitely fish out of water, right? And most people are surprised, you know, because I'm going to be 61 in a couple weeks. So, and I don't get tired, right? I go to school every day. I haven't missed a class. Um, I keep busy. I do my own stuff and trying to make my own friends. And I like to go by myself a lot places, so it's easier for me to approach locals than if I go with a whole group of students. You know, they tend to stay away from me. So, well, not away. It's hard to mingle and stuff. So, because most of them at that age, they want to do fun stuff, right? They want to go out, check out the food, the fireworks, you know, little concerts and things like that, which is okay, which is great. I mean, but I've already done that kind of stuff when I was their age. So most of these people are all like below 30. I think O is 30 and then Lynn is 30, 28, and then the other ones are all in 25 or 22. And a lot of 19. There's a lot of 19-year-old kids from all over the world, which is nice. So, finally, I can see your crystal clear. Go ahead and tell me how, and I will take it there. Adele, great. Man, I've heard that song a million times because my daughter sings it. It, yeah. Hey, where's my daughter? Kylie, you need to get in there. Hey, she's gonna move on. There you go. Student life, guys. Just a heads up. This is a Friday after school. How would you know, eh? How would you know you go to places and listen to this stuff? And you're like, wow, I'm back in the US, guys. Anyways, moving on. So that was fun. It's a lot of fun, like we do stuff, but this is like just you know, cream on the top. Yeah, it's okay. But basically I like to do stuff like that. So you get to meet people and do stuff and see what people are doing, why they're here. You discover a lot about yourself when you hear other people going through similar challenges and similar changes. I'm a little bit on the oddball size because one of the thing is experience, right? I'm not like going to, sugarcoat anything, but I'm going to basically say that I am not like these guys. I am like them, but I'm not in the sense that at that age, a lot of people are immortals. They don't think about that, right? They got all the time in the world to do whatever they want to do. They're not in a rush. They hear their emotions, they hear their feelings. They're like, I'm tired today. I'm gonna go. I can't say I'm tired. I do not say that. I do not say anything about myself to make myself feel like my words are more important than what I want to do. But how do you say it? The words carry. The words affect your behaviors. Right? What you say will affect you. So I can't think that way. I'm never tired. I'm, I'm not slow. I'm fast. I learn quickly. I don't say I'm learning fast. That's slow. I'm not saying yeah, I got my own rhythm. Man. I can't compare, right? You can't compare yourself. So I'm going to go out there and do the best I can with what I've got. And then I'm going to learn, right? I'm going to learn to live. I'm going to learn to socialize. I'm going to learn to figure out how this culture works. If I can fit in here and fit in those cogs that they have and see if I can, incorporate myself in their style. That's the goal, right? That's the goal. It's not about me. Bottom line, it's not about me. And I, I've learned a long time ago that you never get what you want. You never get what you want. You get what you need, and if you're lucky, you create a path for yourself that you can manage. But life is definitely not about me. It's that way. There's millions of people here. Everybody has a right to be here. Uh, we find a way to coexist in this world, and I got to figure out how to make it here, right? So it's not an easy one. It's not an easy one. I could have just said, screw this. I'm staying home or I'm downsizing and I'm gonna get myself a boat and go fishing every day. Yeah, I could do that. I'll go surfing. I'll go fucking move to Hawaii and go fucking live in a tent on the side of the beach and go surfing every day. Yeah, I could do that. There's a lot of things I can do, right? And I just I don't feel like I don't feel like I need to retire. I don't want to play golf. I don't want to go retire like that. Yeah, I want to go surfing, but for fun and not like make it lifestyle, right? I want to make it for challenges, right? So I see a lot of challenges for myself here. It keeps me going. I hang out with the young people like this. It gives me the energy to keep going and to be motivated. Like I'll go to the gym later and it'll be a bunch of 14-year-old and 20-year-old playing basketball. It's like, and then I show up and I can handle myself. I do pretty good. So yeah, I can play with adults too. So I've hang out with a lot of pros and stuff, basketball. So yeah, I do well, right? I mean, yeah, I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to play in leagues because can't afford to get hurt. But I'll play or I'll train. I love to train, So not a big treadmill guy, but get me on the court and I'll run and do my drills and I'll do all the good stuff. And there's my son Jonah. So there he is. So he's in Okinawa. Guess you guys guessed it, right? He's military. Anyways, so he's doing well, and it's hot. He says Okinawa is hot, and they train a lot, right? These guys, they 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 do a lot of exercise. He's still young, right? He's 22, so but he's doing well. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and he likes the challenge, and he's getting better at his stuff. and we go out, have beers once when he comes over. He come over a few weeks ago just for like a few days. We never got a chance to train because he ended up sleeping a lot, and we just walked around and we just got the apartment organized, helped me put some furniture and things like that. So yeah, it was fun. So yeah, a little beer. Not a big. I like beer. I just want to have one or two. That's it. I'm not a big alcohol type of guy. So I cook a lot of meals. Like I say, we cook breakfast, things like that. So we do a lot of fun and hang out. Went to the science museum and things like that, and hang out with Deborah, one of the students. She's from Brazil. I hope she does okay. She's having a hard time. She may not be here next semester because of finances. She was hoping to find a job here, but she's out of money, and she gets a little part-time job, but not enough to cover the bills. And she's a super hard worker, super smart. So yeah, it's not easy for students here. They get you in, you do the semester, and you hope to get a job. And I've been here the whole time, and I can't find much. So I'm okay, but a lot of the students they last a semester and then they go home if they can't find a job. So because they can't keep up, right? You got to be able to have some kind of sustainability, and having a job helps you talk, right? So school doesn't help that much, right? They get you money and they help you a little bit, but they don't help you that much after that, right? So you're on your own, right? So even though they say they're going to help you, they just don't have the structure of the setup to help you out, right? So you're on your own, and it's difficult for a lot of students. So, and a lot of them trying to live by themselves, and if they could, they need to live not by themselves, right, with a group, but they don't want to. So it would be a way to find like for them to save money or whatever. Some people I know live in like community house; they have their own room and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. Uh, but other than that, that's it. So these are the castle, that's Osaka Castle. I went to hardware stores, just curious on the fittings because I'm a plumbing guy. I love the aquaculture stuff. So just looking at the stuff, and they've got a lot of wood, like, so this is a Home Depot type, so let me, oh, sorry, let's go back. Oh, there we go, plumbing stuff. See if I get that volume down somehow. Yeah, oh, it's not working. Yeah, it's buffering because I don't, these are online, right? So I'm online with you guys and I'm online here. So it's hard to manage the stream. So anyways, so it gives you the woods, Home Depot, things like that. So a lot of friends, rivers and stuff. Drone flying. So a lot of drone flying on the countryside, registered drones and stuff. I tried to do a little bit of video and stuff. Not allowed to fly here. So in the cities, that's a no-no. So we don't fly here. But in the countryside is great. Countryside is beautiful. I'm a big fan of nature, so I like to see what's available and what's out there. But it's the countryside is the most beautiful part of Japan for me. The rivers, the forest, the hiking, the nature, the sceneries, the rivers, the sounds, the smells, the view, and there's nobody out there. There is nobody in the countryside. It's like everybody is crammed up in cities hoping for something good to happen. And I don't know what they're looking for. Yeah, they got jobs, they got money, but they're struggling. People in the cities are struggling. They're struggling. Yeah, there's some that make money. Don't get me wrong. You see Ferraris out there, Porsches, and fucking Maseratis, and all that good stuff. You see fancy cars, and people have a lot of money, but then the majority of people have no money, right? They're living day to day, paycheck to paycheck, right? So, and a weekly paycheck. I think they play once a month, right? So a paycheck is tough here because it's once a month. They pay you once a month, right? You can work in a restaurant, but you don't make tips. So the people, you should work in a restaurant. I said, yeah, but it doesn't matter if I work in a restaurant. I don't make tips. So there's no tipping here. There is if someplace, I'm sure, but I haven't seen it yet. So most restaurants, no people don't tip. So you're not doing that, right? So you're not gonna, that you work at a dishwasher or prep cook or cleaning tables or waitressing or being cash register, it's the same price. It doesn't change, right? And you can work your ass off, still like it matters. So yeah, so yeah, that's where I'm at. So I'll do it. I'll do a job like that for a little bit just to get the Japanese going and listening. the kikimas. But anyways, and so yeah, countryside's absolutely beautiful. Rivers are beautiful. So much potential, right? But I just don't see it. I don't understand why they have great rivers and they don't do zip lining or they don't do any trekking or yeah, they got Mount Fuji, but yeah, Mount Fuji's it's a pile of rocks. Right? It's just a pile of rocks. It's just, yeah, and then the view's not great. It's only good if you have a good clear day. I did it last year and didn't see squat. So it's cloudy, you know, the whole day, the whole week. And so, yeah, yeah, it's a nice walk, but it's just rocks because there's nothing to look at, right? It's just you look around you, it's all gray, and then the ground is black rocks, and then that's it. When you get up there, you get clouds. Yeah, it's nice on top, but it's nothing, nothing to rave about. I mean, it's a beautiful mountain. Don't get me wrong. From far away, it's probably one of the most beautiful mountains you'd ever see. It doesn't fit, right? It's all nice and green, and suddenly you got this big cone that just shows up out of nowhere. It's like, what the hell? But anyways, so it's beautiful. A little disappointed in the hike. I thought it was not great, not well maintained as well as I thought, and things like that. So, but other than that, it's a hike. They revere the mountains, so we respect that, and that's good for them. And I'd be glad to help people climb it or hike it, right? I'll carry them on my back if I have to. I don't care. So I'll definitely do stuff like that, right? I'm always willing to help people out and do the best I can with what I've got, and go from there, right? So yeah, the forest, like it's beautiful countryside, man. It's absolutely stunning. There's just nobody out there. Like little village. This is Ohara, so in Okayama. Uh, Beautiful mountains, lots of rivers, lots of forests, lots of animals, so these are rice fields, planted rice fields. So planted rice fields. So that's rice. They have other veggies out here too. I think some of them is going to be different, but that's mostly rice fields. And so that's nice, right? It's nice and healthy living. There's Patrick and Jay. Well, they're on top of a mountain that's beside electrical, not electrical, but a communication tower, and just checking out the view, right? So it's nice. And then the roads going up there, nice and forestry, lots of animals, all kinds of stuff. I just like taking pictures with the cell phone. And very mossy country. I'm a big moss guy because of fish culture. We love to do aquascaping, so I did a lot of that. I see moss and I'm like, oh, they're great. I could use that for fitting up a fish tank or whatever. But not doing that anymore right now. Maybe in the future. So yeah, a lot of moss everywhere. All kinds of trees I'm not familiar with. Really nice. Very soft vegetation, right? It reminds me of northern the Canada and Appalachian Mountains where the forest is nice and soft, right? Florida's harsh. It's dry and spiky and stuff. And here it's nice and soft, right? Leafy, very leafy. Uh, so different ferns I'm not familiar with, stuff like that. Trees, planted forest, mostly planted forest. So yeah, it's nice to travel and see this stuff, And I know a lot of you guys are familiar with the stuff, like moss everywhere. So it's kind of nice. And somewhere in here, I have some snakes and stuff. I'll have to find them. I don't know where everything at, but I knew I have some snakes in here somewhere. Oh, maybe right here. Yeah, so yeah, little lizards, right? So you got lizards. There's a nice one. I don't know what they are. They're fast. And then a few minutes earlier, I saw a nice snake. I think it's right here. Oh, it's a venomous snake. Right? There's a name for it. It's like a little. It's not a. It's a viper, right? But it's not a. What do we have in Florida? Rattlesnake. It reminds me of a rattlesnake, but it's not a rattlesnake. So, but it's a little 12-inch thing. So yeah, well, it was not buffering. So yeah, yeah, this is where it was. But yeah, I'd have to get to the video. But so yeah, it's hard to yeah. So if I zoom in, maybe I could. So yeah, it's right there. I don't know if it'll come up, but wait a second. But yeah, like I say, a lot of challenges. A lot of challenge of being here. Right now, I don't even know how long I've been streaming, but a few more minutes and then I'm gonna head out, go to the gym, and then I gotta decide if I go to the gym shooting or if I go to the weight room. I'm 50-50 right now. I can do both, but the gym is probably the first thing I'll do. The basketball courts, go see, because it takes 30 minutes to get there, 30, 40 minutes. There's not a lot of gyms out here close for basketball. And it's too hot outside to shoot around. You can shoot around for a few minutes in the morning, but at 90 degrees out there, it's not great. So, gym today, homework, do some shorts and videos, do a bit of groceries. I did all the cleaning today. I got to vacuum a little bit more and regular life stuff, right? We're here and you know, things keep happening. So I cleaned the kitchen. I did laundry. I did homework yesterday quite a bit. I got to do some more today, and then tomorrow is school. So we're back on track tomorrow, and then I got 5 days. I just got to keep plugging away, right? And it's not motivation comes from me, right? From myself. So nobody's getting me up in the morning. Nobody's making me breakfast. Nobody's nothing, right? It's just me, myself, and I, right? So that's where I am. Me, myself, and I. That's it. No, can't sugarcoat it. Oh, that's video's not working. So we'll have to figure it out one day. It's funny, like if I go like this, it'll buffer. Maybe I can zoom in. Slide. Yeah, it's hard to see. It's too small, but I go over it. There's that little viper. It was kind of cool. It's really nice looking. Yeah, it doesn't even click. So nope, not doing it. Yeah, so I'll have to upload it and I'll play it because I got a lot of videos and stuff, and it's great. But yeah, so we're here. So if I go here, if I go live streaming, there's a chat there to some people, but I'm not seeing anybody. Uh, subscribe. Yeah, these are all guys. There's nothing here. So I don't have anybody really saying hi. So um yeah. Oh, screen am I? Oh, now my hair. So I gotta change that. I gotta get back over here. So let's get here. Yeah, this one that's not working well. So I'll stick with these pictures. Yeah. But anyway, Japan is what it is. I'm here for a challenge. I do my own stuff and finally getting organized to a point where I can get stuff done and start working on my own projects. So it took months to get there. It's not an easy place to be, but you can't wait for things to happen. You just got to go out there and do stuff. One of the guys in the village, Tabata-san, he told me, he's a Japanese guy, he says, don't worry about the whole world, just do your own stuff. Just do your stuff, do your own decisions and make your own path. And don't worry about anybody else, what people think or stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing. It took me a while to get there, 2 year process to get here, shutting down the farm and doing all this stuff. So I'm here. So we'll figure it out. I'm gonna start posting more stuff finally, and then and go from there and hope something happens in the future. Right, I'll make it happen. Right. So right now I'm gonna try to get that YouTube channel going. It's not going at all right now, and then I'll stay positive and then stay. Yep, I'll make it happen, and then keep my body running, keep eating well, keep doing everything I need to do to get through the school year, right? School is tough. It's cram school, right? It's cramming 4 hours of Japanese into you every day, 4 hours. So 2 hours of paperwork stuff, reading, writing, and stuff like that, and then 2 hours of listening and talking, right? So coming up with scenarios and things like that. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge, but it's every day, right? So one of the things I have to do is I got to go through vocabulary every day, trying to learn new stuff and trying to hear it so that I can how do you say, you know, be able to integrate, right? Integrate is the word, integrate in society so that I can do my stuff, right? So I can't teach basketball if I can't talk basketball to the kids. I can't I can't have my drone license unless I know how to read and read and explain all the Japan aviation laws, right? It's kind of crazy. That's where we're at. And then and if I want to coach, I have to get a basketball license, which I am working on, but it's all in Japanese, and there's a verbal test and a written test, so I have to get that done. So most people, the Japanese, will get that license done in like a couple weeks. It's going to take me a couple months, right? So I try to get all these little things going, but it's not that. It's a lot harder than it is. I've been coaching basketball for over 30, 40 years, and I can't do it here unless I get certified. And there's many level certifications, like basically get a driver's license, right? Something like that. So that's something else. But I don't have a driver's license here. Yeah, you could use your, how do you call it? International driver's license to rent cars and stuff, but you can't buy a car, right? And then, yeah, the insurance and all that stuff. But the problem with the international driver's license, it only lasts you a year. So after a year, you got to get it renewed in the US and then get back here and do it again, right? So getting a driver's license here in Japanese is a challenge too. So it's a tough one. They don't meet you in the middle. I would say that was the biggest challenge. Japanese society doesn't meet you in the middle. They don't meet you in the middle. They don't meet you halfway. It's all or nothing, right? And it's hard because you look at a country like Singapore, right, that put English as a mandatory thing in their constitution 30, 40 years ago, whatever. And look at them now, the richest country in the world is Singapore, right? So, and they still talk their Malaysian. They still talk Malaysian. So they still taught Malaysian in school, but they taught English. And now they're an international market, right? They can deal with everybody on the planet. You want to work, you speak English, you can work in Singapore. You, you speak Japanese, yeah, you can work in Japan, but the only place they speak Japanese is Japan. So it's a tough road, right? And they don't really, like I say, the Japanese don't meet you in the middle. And anyways, right? It's all or nothing. Yeah, they want to learn English, but it hasn't been really working that well. So uh, yeah, they don't have the structure to learn Japanese. A lot of people want to learn, no, they don't have the structure to learn English. So that they have a lot of teachers in English, but they don't have enough. Not even close. Not even close. And teaching English is not my path, right? I'll help people out here and there. I can speak French, I can speak English, but I sit in the classroom trying to come up with like following a curriculum and stuff like that and have the routine every day. I just can't do it. I have to do something else. I'll do something else. I'll teach kids basketball. I'll help people with their businesses, whatever. As a job, I work in a fish farm. There's tons of fish farms. I just got to find one. I just got to find one that'll hire me. But I need this card that says that you're N5, N4, N3 level English, Japanese. I don't have N5 yet. I'm at the N5 level, but I don't have a certification, and that certification is going to come on December. But December is the test, and then you get the results of the test 2 months later. So December, January, February. So February, technically, if I pass the test, hopefully I can get to N4. N4 is what I want to get to. I know I can get N5, but I want to push and do N5 and N4, right? So it's N5, N4, N3, N2, N1. So those are the rankings. N2, N1, that's out of reach for me. I'd have to go to school for 4, 5, 10 years of Japanese. I am not doing that. I'm still questioning if I'm going to do 2 years. 2 years here in the big city is a long time. And my time at my age is precious. It's more precious than money. A lot of my friends passed away these last few years. I lost a good friend a few weeks ago. They died 65 and stuff. Here I am redoing my life. I'll be 61 next week or 2 weeks ago, the 19th. So I don't feel bad. Not sick. I don't feel tired. I just keep going. But shit, I could keel over tomorrow. I did get school does testing. They check your bloods and all that stuff, and they do a medical check. and I'm perfect, right? So for now, for now. So that's why I careful what I eat. I try not to go out. And people wanted me to go out last night. There was a birthday party, and I didn't go. I just rather go up and go from there, right? And get up and do stuff today, and we'll keep going, right? So that's where I'm at. And like right now, it's like 10 o'clock, right? So I don't know what do I start. How long did I do this? Does it say? I never know where how long the stream's been going. But 9:55. It started 9:05. Yeah, it's been an hour. So yeah, what's funny? My pictures are all rotated. What happened? I'll have to fix that. Oh, I just did an upgrade. Oh, maybe that's it. I did some how do you call it? Software update on the site, and that's probably what happened. Read on the OBS because I'm using OBS platform for streaming, and it works pretty good. But it's like I'm learning, right? I'm learning to use it. Most people use it for gaming. I'm just like I just figured out how to put that little chat up here, which I could move out, but at least it's here, right? And so so I'm learning that, and nobody's really talking to me, so it doesn't really matter. And at one point, I'll have a more structure on what I'm doing, but one day at a time, right? I got to figure it out. And right now, I got to do pictures. I got to do work on my videos, study, stuff like that. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun, and it is what it is, and we'll go from there. But I know for a fact that my streaming is at night. So right now, it would be 9 o'clock at night. Most people. It's today is going to be Saturday night in the U.S. for them or whatever Canada, U.S. You know, nobody's going to look for me at 9 o'clock at night in the U.S. Right, 8 o'clock. They're going to be doing the thing. It's after dinner. They go to the movies or they go have a beer or whatever. They go hang out, watch TV or something like that on Saturday. Right? So it's okay, but it gets me going. So I got to fix this. Like my streaming stuff is done. So I'll have to fix that. So I'm gonna change that and go back over here. Yeah, even those pictures are off. So I'm gonna have to redo all that. That's okay. Live and learn, right? Live and learn. Anyways, you guys have a good day. Thanks for the few that are listening to this, and we'll go from there. And I'm gonna get ready, do a bit of shopping, and go from there. So yeah, all my pictures are messed up, so it's okay. It happens. And then we'll go from there. I'll try to stream again. I'll market it better. I got to redo all my videos listing and stuff on there. Not video listing, but pictures, relist them properly so that they're straightforward, So I got to delete the whole list and repost it, So it's okay. Gives me a chance to work on this and sort some pictures I don't want to sort or don't want to have. A little glass of wine at one of the birthday parties of one of the local guys, He's my friend Pierre from France. He's got one of his friends. And then I got Maya there that's got a restaurant and she does nail salon. She's at a restaurant and there's nail salon stuff. There's Mickey, that was his birthday, so we had a little glass of wine. Has Jimmy in the Villages with his son. And then he does work on the salamanders, giant salamanders and forestry and a bunch of other stuff. There's Oz, 14-year-old kid that comes over, I see over there, and then I let him fly the drones for fun, and he's having a good time. There's Jimmy. So he's got his first one is 5 years old or so, and he's got another one that's his wife is pregnant. So yeah, things like that. So yeah, I get to talk to a lot of people, and hopefully this next picture is not upside down. Yeah, good, good. So one of the guys I get to talk to from the village. He's got a little restaurant. And they're students, all students. You got Mia, Patrick, and Yuri, and myself, whatever. And then so yeah, get a little ramen or something like that. Or not ramen, curry and stuff. Yeah, upside down pictures. Like I said, I did the update and everything changes, so I got to fix all that. Like so Jasmine and Cho. So those are Chinese students. I think Jasmine's 28 and Cho's 24. So and then another one, can I remember all their names? All Chinese, right? So they're Chinese students. They're great. They're freaking awesome. And that's us doing a school trip. I got Jay, you got Deborah, you got Joe, you got Patrick, you got Osan, and like a bunch of Justin and a bunch of other people, which is great. To get to see all these people in their relaxed habitat and stuff. This is an arrow. Go check the deer town. So, anyways, it was a good day. Like I say, it's annoying. The pictures are all sideways, but oh well, it is what it is. Fix that later. So there's Mia with the little deer. So we'll leave it at that. Peace. I'll let you guys go. We'll talk. We'll have fun. There's Mia, Chinese, 23. Her and her boyfriend moved here to go to school and hope to see an opportunity, right? And this is at the Narrow, a school trip. So yeah, that's just me. Hide that. So yeah, sideways pictures. So it's fun. Yeah, it's fun to see their challenges, right? You get to meet all these people, and they have their own challenges, and you have your own. Everybody's got their own challenge. Nothing's going to be handed out to you, and we make the best of it. We all see opportunities different for ourselves here, and that's where that makes it interesting. That's what makes it fun, right? Sharing knowledge. I think for me, the big word in my life is sharing. Sharing what I've learned, sharing what I want, sharing other people's, sharing what other people are going through. It's not just about me, it's about these guys, about this society. We're out there just hanging out. That's it. Fun. Grace, Osan, Shusan, and then yeah. So it's good. So he's a chef. He's a cakes pastry chef, right, from China. So he's really really good. He's always making pastries and giving up to us at school. It's kind of funny. He got himself an oven and all kinds of cooking stuff. There's Grace doing crazy stuff in the back there. So yeah, so you get to see all these kids that are doing stuff, and I'm a kid still, right? I'm still a kid. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't care what people think of me. I'm just gonna do my own stuff and have fun doing it. So we'll talk. Shall finish with a picture that's decent. Again, I get some stuff. Redo all my pictures after this update. So yeah, sideways this way. Crazy stuff. It's funny. Yeah, come on, guys, give me a picture upright. There we go. Let's stop on that. There you go. Teachers, students, just all students. So we'll end the stop here. You guys be good. We'll see you guys soon. And if you have anything to say, I'll be here on Facebook and everything else. Peace.